another day running. I think it might even rain. I had 2 days off because I was out the other day, and I went into town, into London, to see the Royal Academy's summer exhibition. And did what a lot of people do when they go to it, and they think, oh, I could do better than that. And I must admit, the Tracy Emin contribution was pretty awful. Not quite sure how she's managed to get to be such a successful artist. I just don't get her stuff at all. You know, and there's a lot of art I do get. Lots of stuff that I really enjoy and like and want to study. And both the, Jackson Pollock, for instance. I like his stuff. I don't know why, but there's something about it. It's clever. It's a bit like Motorhead, though, He only has one tune. It's quite a good tune, but it's just the one tune. Ace of Spades. All the other stuff is sort of a variant. Anyway, I'm feeling quite puffed already. Now then, I did a lot of walking when we went into London, and I also did a lot of eating, which basically meant I put £5 on. £5. I'd spent so much time and effort getting rid of those £5, and I put it all on in one day, despite walking, I don't know, 11,000 steps, 12,000 steps, 100,000 steps, so it felt like. Anyway, I did the steps, and the day before I did my shadow boxing with the virtual reality, which is sort of a good exercise. That certainly works up a sweat. And I was feeling, I was feeling a bit rough yesterday, probably from all this exercise, which is always a problem when you're trying to lose weight. It's that your exercise regime very often makes you feel like shit, and then you have one day off and you put all the weight back on again. Now then, I've done this quite a few times, and I know there's a cycle here that the weight comes on easy, but it also goes off easy. And so today I will lose that £5, and hopefully this week I'll get myself down to £185. That's the aim. If I can get under 180s into the 170s, then I'm really getting into it and really getting fit. Right, it's time to do a bit of running because I hit the grass now. Oh, I'm breathless again. Hardly a sprint. But I put it down to carrying so much weight. Or I'm going to have a heart attack. One of the two. This is an issue with getting so much overweight. Is that slightest exertion puts you off making any more exertion. But you've got to do it. Provided you don't. Just because you keep doing it every day. Positive thinking. Toxic positivity, possibly. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to do these.
Workout paused.
Get some upper body work.
Workout resumed.
See if the camera will pick me up. Well, I did that. Now, what to do next? Should I do a circuit? I should do, shouldn't I? Run around once around here, just once. Then I'll be, well, back to fighting weight. Like I say, I have to try and burn off a Big Mac. That's basically it. Right. I'm going to go and do it. Whole circuit all the way around and back here. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to run around all this. As you will see. Let's see.
Workout resumed.
There you are, complete circuit. And I'm going home. Now, eventually, aim to do that without stopping. But not today. Now I do know that once I've got down to 175 pounds, I should be able to knock off a 5 kilometre run. And I do mean a run, without too much effort. Except, of course, I'm 10 years older than I was when I used to do that.
Kilometre 2. Pace 11 minutes 21 seconds.
Yeah, I was doing a pace of 5 minutes, which wasn't exactly pushing it, if I recall. Now it's 11 minutes. I'm half as fit as I used to be. That's basically it.
Exercise ring closed.
There you go, exercise ring closed now. That's good. Now then, a lot of my problems with this is this rheumatoid arthritis. It's a real bugger. It means you're on various drugs which don't do you any good either. But trust me, you don't want to get an attack of the arthritis because it affects everything. Completely paralyses you. It's a real pain. Can't do anything about it apart from take drugs. I am reducing my steroids bit by bit, very slowly. One of the problems with taking those sort of drugs is that if you stop taking them, you get a rebound effect. Oh, been there, done that. Of course, I'm having my kidneys tested at the moment because the drugs are affecting the kidneys. Can't win. What I do know is that if you're fit, you can shake it off quite a bit. With any luck, I can keep it off for another 10 years. he says. But, you know, life and all that. Now, curiously enough, being a drinking chap, my liver's perfectly okay, despite having various nasty drugs that can also affect the liver. But no, the liver's perfectly fine. But what I have noticed is that I don't drink as much nowadays, because it kind of gives me a bit of a hangover, or makes me feel a bit greasy and out of sorts if I drink, which is not the way it used to be. I'm not that bothered. That's something else. One is not bothered about not going to too many parties. One is quite frankly not bothered about much at all. Not frankly nowadays, having given up all ambitions, well, more or less. I know that's all the successes I've had and all working in the TV world and films and what have you, have all been a real pain in the arse. Not in the least bit enjoyable whatsoever, apart from the money, of course. And I'm very glad to have that. But I must admit I'm not really missing too much of it. Oh, but I do miss just the wheeling and dealing and, you know, the action, the getting up in the morning thinking, right, I've got to go out there, going to write something brilliant and grab some interest from people. Just push it. It does get you going. But the actual work itself, when you actually get the jobs and get stuck in, people are such assholes. Especially in the ego-lit world of TV. Not that I don't have an ego. I loved having the power of one being a director. It's quite good fun when it's going well, but I'm afraid you're always firefighting with that. Because you never have enough money, there's always somebody complaining about something, can't get the location, or the actors suddenly decided they didn't feel too good that day, or they don't like the other actors, or they don't like you. Somehow want you to make them feel better about themselves, you know. So you have to be a bit of a psychoanalyst. This is one of the oldest buildings around here.
Workout paused.
You see the quite sturdy stuff. Some of the big houses. 18th century with a bit of 19th century thrown in, and a bit of Tudor hanging around in some of the joists. Like I say, that wall over there looks pretty boring, really. It's just a wall, but it used to go around the vineyards, which is a big house that was on this property here. That didn't come down till the 60s and was replaced by the shopping centre, which of course everybody hated because it's ugly, to say the least, but it's very convenient, I have to say. But ugly is the word. Not at all in keeping with the rural idyll of this village. Morning. I like dogs. They appear to like me too. Here's another old place. Stables and the like. And of course there was a big pub here. Took over that territory there. And that's a really old house. It's got ghosts. Our friends who live there say they've got ghosts. That's the Munions. Rumoured to have been the kitchens for the monks that used to live around here. And these properties here were owned by Catherine of Aragon at one point.